Hey guys and girls, my name is Snowy and today I'm going to explain you what to do with all these messages that City Skylines is throwing at you, because I noticed that many people are often confused with what to do, how to do and what these messages do mean. Now, I have 8 of them selected for you to see. And in this video you can skip to the part that you might like. In the description I will put a time number in which I discussed this particular issue. And these issues are going to be not enough goods to sell, not enough raw materials, not enough buyers for products, not enough workers, not enough educated workers, not enough goods, not enough customers, and last, not enough fuel. Okay, so I just built here just a random city with unlimited money, and it's called Sick and Tired of Not Enough. Indeed, we are sick and tired of not enough. Now, of course, at the moment these buildings are not displaying those, but we are going to imagine that they do, and I will just tell you what to do if you encounter these kind of problems. Now, sometimes you will see, let's start with the first one, it's like not enough goods to sell. Now, those are often being cried out by your commercial area over here. This is the commercial area, commercial area over here. They often say like, I don't have enough goods to sell. Not enough goods to sell. Well, the easy part is like that this is easy fixable, because commercials see it as real life. They just need goods, and those goods are being made by your normal regular industry. So what you just need is more industry. That's it. It's either industry or a unique factory. So unique factory you will find under here, under unique factories. Once you did a whole thing with the industrial DLC, and you come up with these things. These things are also goods that can be sold in commercial zone goods. So that's the very simple answer. Like, if these are complaining, the commercial area is complaining about not enough goods to sell, then you just need to build more regular industries, or you need to build more unique factories. So those are the suppliers for that, right? Okay, nice. Okay, so now we are coming to the second one. It's called not enough raw materials. This kind of message is kind of deceiving, because raw materials you would think about, oh that's oil, that's ore or wood or crops. But it is not. If these factories are screaming for raw materials, they are actually meaning zoned products. So if you don't have that stuff, you can also import them. The raw materials can be imported. Now, how will you do such a thing? Now, it's very easy. Let's say you drag this road a little bit forward, like that. And what you need is a warehouse. So you click on the warehouse here, pick a warehouse, just a random one. Let's say we need for everything a warehouse. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Because we have 4 different type of raw materials. Those would be, you can set them to balance, that is up to you. The zoned industry forestry products. That can also be the farming products, and then the ore products, and then also the oil products, like that. As it says, can be imported, can be exported. So these buildings will now send out a request for these products from outside of the city, and they will go to the factories themselves. Now, it is tricky for those people who are not having the industries DLC, because they often don't have the warehouses either. then I think, well, so far I have not dealt with that situation before, but yeah, I assume that most players do play with the Industries DLC, so this is the way how it basically goes. Now, let me just quickly, let's say, let's make a very unusual road from here just to there and to there, so they can just cut through it and voila, and make here an option to go around like that. And since we are loving to make roundabouts, we always love to make roundabouts, like why not make a little bit of roundabout there. Done. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah. Now these products, by the way, zoned products, you can also make yourself. Now you go to the menu here and you check out, okay, where is the stuff? For example, now let's say we have like some farm products, farming area over here. The only thing you need to do, you zone that area. You say, that's it, zone the area. You go to the industrial specialization over here, and you say like farming products, and then you click just here on farming products, and voila. That will create the crops that you need initially to create eventually farming based zoned products, because this is now, if you look on this map, this is now located on top of the fertile ground, and what you need to do also is create another district that is not on fertile ground. For example, here, this is like, let's say this is a wood area here, for example, yeah, and you take a road there from here like that and like that, and with this thing you say also in industry specialization farming products. No, those, yeah, these are the farming products. So farming products here and farming products here. Now these guys, they will create the crops, yeah, and these guys will basically create the zoned farming products. So let's assume that I can even show you the difference. So let's just monkey around here. We don't care. Sadly enough, I don't have any demand currently. That kind of is a bummer. So let me quickly build a few more houses. Zoop, like that. Zoop and zoop, and then put it in turbo mode. Yeah, build up. And here comes it. Now, eventually we will get more industrial demand. Let's get rid of a little bit of this. Zoop. This and also that. We keep that a little bit simple. Now also, as you can see, with not enough raw materials, these guys are now filling up because they're importing, and that is exactly what your city is needing. Okay, so we still don't have any industrial demand, so this is okay, this sucks a little bit, but nothing to do about it. So we create a little bit more commercial also, like that and like that and like that. And we fill this up with commercial. Here we go. Yeah, let's also turn off despawn mode so nobody disappears. That's also a wise thing to do. Can create a little bit more traffic, but hey ho, hey ho. And let's connect, let's say, this road up, all the way to there, home, there, and then this road up to there. Great. So, will we get some industrial demand right now? Yeah, it's probably, I think it's possible that these guys are now basically supplying these guys for that stuff. So yeah, no more industrial demand is needed because everything is fulfilled. But okay, let's wait this out. Now, what will happen is if you build here an industrial building like this, these will create crops, you know. But you can also use the Industries DLC to get crops. So you have two ways of getting that. Yeah. These guys, now you can use, in theory, that's just in theory, if you have the Industries DLC, and you go to your farming area, there you have like a silo, this thing, or a barn, it does not matter, you can put that there. So this barn will fill the crops. Yeah? Then you go to this area. Let me see, where is the node? I mean the zone, it's up to here. Okay, that's great. And we put like a building there, and there. And these guys will now actually create the raw materials that is being asked for by the actual generic industries. So you are using these kind of industries to fulfill the demands of generic industries. Also, a byproduct, by the way, is that if you're using the recycling center, this one for example, look what it says here: the facility recycles the waste and produces raw materials from it. So you also get raw materials from using these guys as well. So that's the way how it goes if you need raw materials, right? So, and you can also see there is now buildings forming. Now let's check out the difference between them. These are just buildings who are producing sort of crops, fields, you know, crops. And also this building, a farm, okay, animals. And this thing will now gradually fill up, yeah. And then you go down to here. These are actually now baking the crops and whatever, they make bread of it or whatever. The juicy press comes out of fruits and veggies and whatever, and ready sliced fruit. Now that stuff can be stored in what I told you already before. It's like in any warehouse like this, and you say like, okay, that's good enough. I take the zoned industry farming products, and these guys will definitely then send it out to your regular industries. Yeah, your regular industries. Okay, now let's get to the number 3, which is not enough bias for products. Okay, you have like this commercial area over here, and you see sometimes an icon appearing, or maybe in the masses, like saying like not enough bias for products. Well, this is actually a very simple solution. You have to simply build more residential areas. That's it. That's it. There is nothing unlogical about that. If you have like that kind of message, not enough bias for products, then you have too little residents. Yeah? You have too little residents, or the demand from outside of the city is not big enough, or you just produce too much products. That's also possible. It's also possible. Yeah. So what do? You make sure that you get more people to buy the stuff, or you decrease your commercial area. Yeah. So that is actually the solution for not enough bias for products. You need to have more bias. That's as simple as that. And since you do not control the outside of the city, you can only control the inside of the city by creating more residential areas. Now, if you don't have any residential demand, on the other hand, at the same time, you can make sure that you make the people happy, or the areas happy where they live, by planting a lot of recreational stuff. I mean, the dog park usually does well. Look what happens. Yup, there they go. Even here in the commercial area they like it, there they like it, they like it. These things, all these parks, etc., they create a higher land value. Now if the higher land value is created, then people are more bound to live in your city. They probably want to live in your city. So let me do a little bit of expansion here, like a 20 there, in case it's needed. Like that, and then to that, yep, and from here to, that's not working, well, you go there, fine, and then from here, that works, over that big lamp, and here we go. So that is the thing with not enough bias for products. You need more bias, simple as that. Now, number 4, not enough workers. Now here comes the catch. What often most people do, if the regular industry over here, and I will build a few of them so we have a little bit more of them. If they start saying like not enough workers, then I see often people, oh, we need schools, we need schools, we need schools. No, guys, you don't need schools. Listen read what the message says. Not enough workers. Now, you can do two things. You can break down all your schools so people cannot go to school anymore. Or, and I will pause the game for a moment. Now, imagine if you need more workers. Yeah, you need more workers. You grab the district area. You are going to zone an area that will be residential. For example, this area, like that. Yeah. Aspen Hills. Okay, you click on Aspen Hills, you go to policies, and in policies you click on schools out. Now listen also what it says here. The citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion of the eligible citizens will go to study in the university. So you tap this option, that's one thing, but still these guys, they will still go to elementary and to high school. But what more is important is that you make sure you insert also this thing, the child health center, because that means like that in this area more children are being born, and those children will go then to the elementary school, which is this one. We put it then, for example, here, and they go to the high school, which is this one. We put it here, and then they go to work. Yes, they go to work. Now let's put a few of these over here. So we have workers. That is a way how you get workers. Yeah. So this is an important combination. The schools out option. That's a policy, and this thing, the child healthcare center. This thing is really important because if you click on Aspen Hills, you see like the composition, and we see already here among 34 population there are 10 children. They go to elementary, they go to the high school, and then from high school they are 15, 16 years old, and they say like, oh mommy, I'm running to the factory because I want to go, pack fish, for example. That's the idea. And if this area, for example, is screaming for, oh, not enough workers, or you have the same thing with, especially with the forestry area. The forestry area always needs workers, not educated workers. Workers. You can also place like, a small residential pocket near it with the same idea. Zone it, say schools out, and place a child healthcare center there. And then all these people who are living here will be mostly uneducated. So if we click this building now, can we see that? Yeah, here. Well, we have 15 uneducated people. Also 16 adults. I know this is not I don't use the realistic population mod, but it's just the idea that counts. So the message, not enough workers, can be solved by simply applying this. And like I said, if you don't have any residential demand, then you can increase just the area, attractiveness by putting in more parks. Or what you can also do, you have this zone, but you can also put this zone further out. So you can also increase this area as well. That all these new kiddos that are born by the adults who are living here, those kiddos, they say like, nah, I don't want to go to the university. Like that. Okay. Number 5. Not enough educated workers. Well, this is actually the opposite of what we just had. Not enough educated workers is actually the lack of schooling. Yeah, you have like a residential zone over here, and what they just need is just all the schools. They just need like the elementary school, they need like a high school, and they need a university. Klabam. That is it. Also, the university is required if you want to build office buildings and also high density commercials. Because without the university, high density commercials will scream about not enough educated workers. Right? Right. Okay. Now, that was pretty simple, right? That message, not enough educated workers can be solved by building schools. More schools. That's just it. It's not too difficult. Okay, we come to number 6. Not enough goods. sometimes you see the message, you know, in the commercial area, not enough goods. Also, this one is pretty obvious, you know, not enough goods. If these guys do not have enough goods, which is sort of kind of similar, like not enough goods to sell, then they need more from the, you know, from the industrial area. The industrial area sends its goods to the commercial area. The people, they work in the commercial area, and they also work in the industrial area. They also go to the commercial area to buy their stuff, and it's just like in real life. The circle is round. These guys deliver to them, these guys get it from them, and these guys are going there to work to also make the stuff. Yeah, so kind of makes sense, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's put a few more industrial buildings there. Why not? So yeah. Number 7. Not enough customers. Not enough customers. Well, not enough customers is often screamed by these guys. Now let's have a look at this. What has this one to complain about? Okay, worker education was too low. Okay, that can happen. Then you need just more to have more schools. Not enough customers. If you do not have enough customers, it's also a matter of just zoning more residential. You need more residential. Customers are nothing else but people. That's it. People. That means like you have too much commercial and too little residential in ratio. So you make sure that you get far more residentials, so that these guys, you know, the shops, which then are in the minority, get enough customers to sell their goods. So yeah, it's just being solved by making more residential people. It's very simple. Now the last one in this list is like, well, not enough fuel. Now fuel, here comes the catch. Now you in power you have, let's see, 2 options that require fuel. Now let me go to an empty area. This is, by the way, a Tesla Gigafactory. I downloaded from the Steam Workshop. Gives like a lot of power, nice and easy. But imagine you start the game and you have a coal power plant, ka-ching, and you have an oil power plant, ka-ching. Now both of these, they need fuel, coal and oil. Now oil, both of these things can be imported, but sometimes they scream, you know, we don't have enough. So you have to make sure that they are located close to a highway, for example, that they can get the stuff. Or what you also can do, now let's say if you have oil in the ground, then why would you not take it? Now let's have a look what we have in the ground here. Well, we don't have oil, but luckily enough we can create some oil like that. And we can also create some ore there, and then we make like a road, this one like that, we bring it up there, and this one we bring up there. Very simple, effective, and we zone this area, joop, and this area, joop, like that. Now this is already oil based. The only thing you need to do is just click on the zone, industry, and click here on oil, and on this one on ore, because this one needs the oil. No, do I say it correctly? No, this one needs the oil. It's just the other way around. Well, okay, it does not really matter. Yeah, this one needs the oil, and this one needs actually the coal is made from ore. Yes, so if you then place like these buildings here, like that, a few of them here, and a few of them there and there, just like that, just like that. Yeah. And if you have the Industries DLC, you can just grab a tiny warehouse, for example. I mean, I have a lot of warehouses, so let's grab this tiny one, that one, and what am I saying? No, that's not correct. Snowy, you the ass, that's not right. Correction, if you have indeed the Industries DLC, then within the Industries DLC you have like silos. sorry, my bad. So you can use the silos, in this case the crude oil tank for example, to store this oil. So you put that there, and for the ore you put like, well, let's say the sand storage. It's a big building. This one also, it's a very big building. Come on, jeez. Okay, let's put it there anyway. So what will happen is, let's say, yeah, it's strange that these guys are not starting. Maybe they need a little bit incentive. Japanese garden, another one, maybe a parking lot, also important, especially on these roads who do not support native parking. I often say it before, also in my own games, it's like if you have roads that do not support native parking, and I play also with the parking AI on, then yeah, they need it. So let's put this away, let's put this to full speed. Now you can already see this is an oil tower. Now let's see where he will bring the stuff. Let's see. He will bring it probably to this oil tank. Let's see what he will do. Choop 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 choop. Somebody comes out. Yeah, you keep on pumping. Yeah. Any moment now. Any moment. To put some grease on it. Another building is being built as well, which will also be a pumping station. Whoa. No. Yeah, you did it. They drive around. As you can see, these things also fill by import, by the way. Now it's a little bit difficult to see, but anyway, yeah, it takes a while. Now it's hard to see when actually, you know, one of these guys is spawning. But these guys are just producing oil producing company. They will store it here. You can see already 70% full, and that oil is being transported, for example, to this thing, to the oil power plant. So this thing can run easily as long as oil is coming in, and the coal power plant is being fed by these guys. Now you can see this thing is also already jam-packed full. Okay, now those are basically the 8 messages that I have discussed with you. Now, do we have any issues that I can now look at and let me see if I can share something with you. You know, the city appears to be, well, even though I just slammed it together, I don't see anybody complaining. Nobody's complaining here, which is marvelous. Really? What happened here? But there are very tiny buildings. How about here? Nobody complaining. It's also interesting to know, by the way, that your generic industries, they also love to put their stuff into warehouses. So you take a big warehouse, you plonk it down here. In these warehouses, you set them to commercial zone goods. Now you can see, once that happens, you wait for a while, and before you know it, they drive there, they drive there. So basically this also works like the other thing that brings the stuff over to the commercial area. Now this building, for example, has 15 freight trucks. So they will send the stuff to the commercial area. So because these factories over here, they have limited amount of storage space, that's one thing, and they have limited amount of trucks. And why I do have all these traffic lights, I don't know, but they are only nasty. Probably forgot to turn those things off. And traffic manager, my fault. Yeah, traffic traffic lights for days. Yeah, this game never bores. Traffic lights, traffic lights, traffic lights. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Turn that off, turn it off, turn it off. So anyway, yeah. So I think that, you know, all these things are now kind of clear now. And I also already explained to you in another video about raw materials, because that was for one time not so long ago was also a question of my own, that I thought to myself, what do they mean with raw materials? And then I figured out, like, oh yeah, raw materials, those are just the zoned products. The zoned products. And by the way, I forgot. Oh, I nearly forgot. No, I did not forgot. Zoned products. No, hey, sorry, my bad. They're here. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes this game can be a little bit confusing at times. So yeah, no, that's no problem. Yeah, that will definitely help, and as you can see, we have a healthy demand for more industries, so we jam-pack this full of industries. Now, from a point of view, if you use Traffic Manager with despawn mode off, that's just a little advice I can give you, is like, don't put all this stuff on one bunch like I'm doing right now. It's completely making your traffic go haywire. I would not do it. I mean, I would, create more space for everything, and keep this stuff apart and put a little bit there, a little bit there, and so that not all traffic has to go through the same route. So, but that's just a side thing. Okay, do we see anybody complaining? No, they're ranking up. Nobody's complaining in this city. Wow, I must be doing something good over here, I guess. These guys getting enough stuff. Oil stored for 13 weeks. 15 weeks of coal. Yeah, that's also fine. This thing is probably also nearly loaded. No, 50% is fine. And how about here? Are people complaining here? Nope. Nobody's complaining. Everybody's happy. Oh, we see something. We see a complaint. Ah, interesting. So what are you complaining about? Not enough educated workers. Aha. Well, we do have these guys already over here. So we know that you can ignore this, because eventually there are only 97 students just yet in the university, and they cannot learn faster. They simply cannot. They cannot. So that is something you can ignore. And these are even low density commercials also, so yeah, it makes no sense that they are complaining about that. Not enough educated workers. I mean, come on. You can check out if you're missing something. For example, in this menu, the Watch It mod, I can see, for example, that I don't have enough elementary schools. So you need then more elementary schools for that part. So then you put those into place where you need them, there and there and there. Just make sure that if that message appears, that there are enough schools available for everybody, from elementary school to high school to eventually the university over here. And then those kiddos will be they will be taught, and then they go to here to do the nice things. And also when they teach have been taught even more stuff, then you can apply officers, because then officers come into play. You can use officers always nicely on junctions like this, because officers don't create traffic, and they act always perfectly as noise buffers. And the last thing I want to say to you guys, you know what, if you have, for example, let's say these dark blue things, this high density commercial, don't mix it with this. Those two combined. Don't put these together, because these people don't mind the main road over here, but these guys are notorious noise makers. As you can see, they will make more noise. These people will get sick. Yeah, they will also start to scream. Then you get like an icon and saying like people, sick people. It will give you a reason why, probably because of noise, too much noise. Same goes, by the way, for the warehouses. Keep the warehouses away from the residentials, because the warehouses, look, they are very noisy. Also here, warehouses noisy, industrial area noisy. This is little noisy. And yeah, that's basically it, you guys. So, are these people already complaining about the noise? Not yet, but they will eventually. But anyway, those were the those were the 8 not enoughs. And I hope that that it helps you out. If you have any questions about any other message that you see in game, don't hesitate. Put them in the comment section below, and I help you out. Probably there are maybe a few others that I might have missed, but I've played this game now since 2016, and I know how it works. The only thing that I don't know 100% proper is the English language. That is sometimes a little bit tricky at times. But anyway, guys and girls, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye bye.